Hey Sarah, today I want to talk about a book that I saw on the shelves one day and just knew immediately that I had to read it and that I would love it. It is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I know I've recommended this one to you and you said you had the same gut reaction. It has this creepy photo of a Victorian girl on the cover, and what you find out is that the whole book is full of photos um, and many words. But these are by far the scariest ones. These are the ballerinas. And there's another one of them eating ribbon together, which is like super, super creepy. Also with this book, I was very surprised when I started to read it, considering all of the vintage photography, and I found out that it takes place in the modern day. But from page one, it's one of those books that you pick up and you cannot put down. It leaves you guessing and like nonstop action. And there's a super interesting twist in the middle, and I don't even want to tell you anything about it because it's all so spoilery and all so good, except read it. I imagined when I found it more of like each picture would correspond to a peculiar child and it would go through and describe them. It's a very intricate, very well written story about a boy from Florida. His grandfather, who's growing older and getting like kind of senile, starts talking about how there are monsters after him, and he used to tell Jacob stories about Jacob's the main character about monsters when he was younger and these peculiar children that he knew. And Jacob, after a while, starts to understands that the monsters that his grandfather spoke of were the Nazis that he fought during the war, and that the peculiar children were just funny old photographs he had that he made up stories for to amuse his grandchild. So he continues to grow up and, believes that his grandfather is kind of this silly old guy who tells stories. Until he finds him murdered one day, like really gruesomely, and Jacob is sure he saw. This is too much spoilers. So, in an attempt to discover more about his grandfather's life, Jacob goes back to this tiny island in Wales. Because of this book, I've become obsessed with Welsh words and Welsh names. Yeah, let's go to Wales. To some creepy little foggy island with like one telephone and no people on it. And there he discovers the orphanage where his grandfather grew up and all of its secrets. I really don't want to say anymore because there's so many spoilers, but it's a super, super, super good book, super creepy. I hope there's sequels. I'm pretty sure there's going to be such a great atmosphere with the island. And, I like historical things. There's a lot of that, and I don't want to tell you anything. One of my favorite things in stories is in this book. That's your clue. See if you can figure it out. I don't want to say anything else. Definitely read it, though. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.